Hey 5-Minute Church, welcome to 5MCE. This is Pastor Hannah and hope you guys had a great week. I have, and we obviously you see that I'm here alone by myself, and my husband and I are conquering and dividing this week. It's crazy. We have so much going on, but we have not forgotten about you. But today I just want to tell you and share a little story about my friend Doug today. I was in need of getting a selfie stick for this video because I'm not really good at holding the camera still, as you can see. I'm used to having my husband's long arms. And I went into the 7-Eleven to get a selfie stick, and pretty sure I got robbed there because I paid way too much for a selfie stick. Just saying. Anyways, I was standing in line, and this gentleman, and you could tell he was homeless, he said, go ahead and go in front of me. And I said, no, go ahead, you go first. And I saw that he had in his hand was just, a handful of change. He had a handful of change and a bag of Cheetos in his hand. As I'm overpaying for my selfie stick, I feel totally convicted. But it just broke my heart. He wasn't out there begging. I don't know Doug's story, and he's my new friend, Doug. So hello, Doug, if you're watching today, we want to welcome you to 5-Minute Church, and we are praying for you. But as Doug was standing there, I stood behind Doug, I really felt compelled to pay for his Cheetos and whatever else he needed. And I just said, excuse me, sir. I said, here's, and I just handed him a couple bucks to, buy his Cheetos. And he looked down and he goes, oh, wow, I'm going to get a drink. I'm going to get a drink too. And then I felt even worse. So I'm like, here's a few more dollars to get what you need. And I didn't have a lot of cash on me. So I was just, I just wanted to help. I saw the need, and, God calls us to notice the people who have less and who are less fortunate than us. God calls us to help those people. And a lot of time we can get so consumed with ourselves and our own selfish needs, which is my selfie stick, which was not really what I needed, but it helped. We can get so consumed with our own selfishness that we overlook the people that we are to help. And God puts people in our path every single day, multiple times a day. And that's our responsibility, is to help people. And to, when we see that need, we're supposed to step out of ourselves, because I'm going to tell you what, if you're struggling with loneliness, if you're struggling with depression, if you're struggling, please let me just give you one little tip today. Step out of yourself. Go help someone else. Go do something for someone who is so less fortunate than you. And I promise you, the gift that God will give you is the gift of perspective. And it is the most beautiful gift. I always said to my kids recently, I said, the most precious gift that God will ever give us is the gift of perspective. Because just when you feel like you don't have it or you're not worthy, God will put somebody in your life who has way less than we do, or just the circumstances are way worse than what we're going through at that time. We can get caught up in our own circumstances and what's going on in our life, but God calls us to step out of that. No matter what circumstance that you are going through today, what you're facing, I want you to step out of you. Step out of your circumstances, because I don't want Satan to lie to you about your past and rob you of the future that God has for you. God has so much in store for you. And so today I just want to encourage you, the story with Doug, that I went home and wept, and it still breaks my heart, because our human nature is to be incredibly selfish, and that's just in general. That's human nature. That's given to us, and so it's hard to fight that, and it's hard. But my heart really for other people, and for people that are less fortunate, I cannot begin to tell you the joy of the Lord that just in my heart, I felt overwhelmed. I mean, you could have handed me a Bentley or this car, and I would have not felt the joy that I felt by giving Doug a few dollars to buy his Cheetos and his drinks and his snacks for the day. And it was so cool, because he went and bought them, and I said, hey, excuse me, sir, what's your name? And he said, my name's Doug. And I said, Doug, here's a card. Do you have a smartphone? I said, would you download 5-Minute Church app? I just want you to know that we're praying for you, and if there's anything that you need, please let us know. And this is a small story and an example of what God calls us to do. And his face was he looked like a different person. The smile, he just looked amazing because he was so blessed and so encouraged. And he's like, man, you guys are doing it right. He goes, bless you guys, thank you so much. And he was so touched, and I gotta tell you, what it did for my soul was so amazing. And so I just want to encourage you today, if you're in a funk, if you're in a place that, let's get real, honestly, we get in our funks and we get caught up, and life can be stressful, but God is calling us to step out of ourselves. I want to challenge you, 5 Minute Church, this week. I want to challenge you every single day this week that I want you to notice who God puts into your path. Notice who he puts in your path that he wants you to bless. I don't care if it's just a smile to somebody who looks like they need a smile. Step out of you and really touch somebody else. And I'm going to tell you what, you are going to feel the joy of the Lord in your heart and your spirit. And it's just overwhelming joy that it's a sensation that you can't get from somebody else. You can't get this by buying things. You can't get that. God gives that to us. And so I want to challenge you every single day that you step out of you and you touch someone else. That's how we change this world. Going out of our way, getting out of ourselves, but is love. God calls us to love. God calls us to love the unlovely. And sometimes it's so hard. Sometimes it's hard to love people that God calls us to love, and we have to. But let me tell you something. When you're obedient, the fruit of the spirits that will be living inside of you, it's amazing to see what God can do and transform you from the inside out. So I want to encourage you today, step out, touch somebody every single day of the week. Please let us know. We are here for you. We love you, and hope you have an awesome week. Take care.